Hey, what's up, guys? This is Argo, right? So a lot of you guys have been requesting the video of showing you guys how I trade, right? So there's literally no computer science to it, right? So I got these candles on because you guys have these candles, and so I just want you guys to know that I can trade even with these candles because I know my strategy, but at the same time, I've been used to the other stuff so much that I just use that, uh, but see, these are basically MACD candles when the MACD crosses below, right, or versus above the diff line, right? So line like that we would call a difference line, right? Basically, crosses above, it turns to blue, right? Basically red once below, and so and so, right? So I'm gonna take this off. But this is a exponential moving average at 200, and this is a 50 exponential moving average, and this is the VWAP, right? So one thing I wanted to start you guys with is basically throughout the day, you guys should be drawing these lines, right? Right? Perfect trend lines like this, right? Look at this perfect setup, right? You guys should be basically doing this all the time without even, anybody telling you to do it. So basically something like this where, right, it broke above, it's basically breaking trend and it's going to go higher, right? But this is just for intraday, right? So I wanted to show you guys how to identify patterns. But just to show you example, that happens almost every day, right? Right here. These wedge breaks are basically what everybody's looking at. And I'm looking at basically a 5-minute time frame because I feel like it drives all the noise away, right? Rather than me taking 200 trades and making the same money, I can just make literally 5 trades, right? And make actually the same amount of money because the fact is that, with these 5-minute candles, of course, you kind of, right, you look at the bigger time frame and you get bigger trends. So you get more meat on the bone versus 1 minute where, so a trend, basically a wedge break is only going to give you like 10-20 cents, right? So I always look at basically 5-minute, but basically see even here it's a very small one, but as you can see, right, it did it again, right? So basically something like this, you could have played it twice where, okay, right below this, short it here, take your profit, right? Basically, your stop would have been above here. Basically, risking, let's say, it's 25 cents, you're making $1, or so. This is basically the norms of trading, right? That's basically, I'm used to that too, so I always do that. So don't ever think that I don't use these strategies because I do. But my personal thing is to basically look at the 5-minute chart and just, basically see these patterns, right? Over and over again. And, this is basically fear, right? Versus greed. So like basically going up here, everybody that's holding or, you know what I mean? People are getting greedy who are holding. So guess what? All the basically shorts are basically fearing that's going to go higher, and the people that are long in the 146.50 are basically getting greedy for bigger point moves, right? So this is basically how the market works, is basically fear versus greed. That's it, right? But I've seen this pattern so many times in Roku, it's actually crazy. So let's see if we can go back and find it, right? It's not going to happen every week, but I promise you, it has happened certain times, right? That basically I saw it kind of zoom. It kind of basically was in front of my eyes, but kind of disappeared again. But let's see if we can find this exact pattern, right? This exact pattern on this chart on another day, right? This basically. So that happened on 9/11. Yeah. And, thanks for everybody that, on 9/11 responded to the calls. See, this is something like it, but it's not very close. But you can actually make money like this exactly here. As you can see that, right, this is basically kind of like it, right? But this is a little bit more extended and how it happened a little bit earlier. But it's basically the same, situation right here, It went up, came back down, support, and basically pushed up. But this is not what I'm showing you guys. I want to show you guys something. Let's keep going back and see if we can find this exact same pattern that I just talked about right here, right in front of our eyes, 8/29/2019. And you guys can pull this up on your screen. Look how similar these patterns are. Right here, this day and this day. Yes, they're different, but at the same time, for the long term, they're exactly the same. So by this point, you guys should know that either if it breaks down, it's going to be a short, or if it stays above these lines, it's going to be a long-term, just grind day up. So you can play this many times, actually. Once you guys see these wicks, you guys can exit, and then it comes back down. You know that, okay, so it's kind of slowly grinding up. I know it's going to do this, so I can basically get back long, right close to the VWAP, or on the VWAP, or not on the VWAP, right, a little bit above it, something like this. Like right here, it never touched the VWAP, but went close to it. So you guys can play these many times, but once you guys see this, you guys should be like, I know what it's going to do for the rest of the day, right? And basically you can just be along here and just hold it for basically a 2-point move, being zero stress, right? Knowing that's going to happen, right? Let's see if we can go back and find it again. I'll show you guys. I wasn't bullshitting you guys about these. Same thing, but like to the downside, kind of. A little bit more on the open side. It's just that I've seen these patterns so many times that I just kind of know, right? Like which way they're going to go, which way they're not going to go. See. Look at this pattern right here. Right? This is on Roku. I'll show you guys something cool. Doesn't have to be the same stock. Go to NVIDIA. I don't want to make this video too long, but we're going to go here. NVIDIA. I know for a fact this pattern happened recently. Look at this, right? I'm not crazy. Very similar patterns, right? Right? Very similar patterns. Look at the breakdown, right? Once it freaking broke down under the VWAP finally. Look at the breakdown. Basically, it's very similar. It can't be 100% because, there's millions of orders creating, these wicks and candles, so you can't let it be 100%, but very similar, very similar. Look at this, right? And let's see if we can find actually even more similar, because I think I could have seen it somewhere, but because I remember one of these stocks had the same pattern, right? I don't know if I've seen it or. See, and certain stocks react differently. Like, look at these two patterns, same patterns, right? You can just kind of see it. See, this is a different pattern because look what it's doing. It never broke under the VWAP, where here it did, right? Freaking, my mouse is going crazy. Get a new mouse. Basically, even this pattern, look at this pattern where NVIDIA shoots up, all right, comes right back down. I'll show you the same pattern happened here. Look at this, but it just happened in, earlier, where this is happening at 11:30, It's just about knowing these patterns, right? Basically, right here, same thing, man. Shot up and kind of broke down, right? But NVIDIA is another stock I want to tell you guys is that this is very news heavily dependent stock, right? It moves a lot, with the news and, all that BS. Look at these two patterns on Roku and NVIDIA right here. Look at these similar patterns, right? It just broke upwards. This broke downwards. And I'm not joking. This is not scripted or anything. I'm just going with it. Basically, exact same thing. This one went down first. This one went up first. This one went up second, right? This one went up third. This one went down third. Wait, no. This one went down, up, and then, this one went down third. This one went up third, and then it just continued, right? And then it basically just found support on VWAP. All right. Oh, guess what? Look at that. Right here. Two similar patterns on different stocks. All right. So this is what I want to talk about. Like even though it was on the same day, look, right? So it was on the same day. These two behave like basically alike, right? But you're gonna know how a stock works, right? See something like this right here. Look, very similar. It's just this is what I want you guys to see, and just kind of like learn these patterns. I'll show you very similar. Another pattern that I made like 100K from on Roku is this pattern right here. This exact pattern too. I'll show you guys these patterns. This pattern, let's zoom in on this, right? Very similar to it. I'll show you patterns like that here somewhere on Roku. It's just like first like it's like the first like 15-20 minutes that you just keep an eye, and then you just know that okay, this is what the stock's gonna go and do, so you can hold it a little bit more confidently. But see, as you can see, these patterns don't happen every other week or so, but I'll show you that. See this pattern too, keep an eye out for this pattern too, because this pattern happens a lot of times too. See, this is the same pattern that we were looking at, but that was going up, this is going down. But see here, look, actually no, this is a little bit different, but at the same time, kind of similar, right? Look, the way it kind of went up, but it kind of switched because this was like a Fed day, right? So this is the day that they were announcing something. I don't know. They always mess up my stock. Look at this pattern and look at the pattern that I just showed you 20 minutes ago, right here. This is on the 729, right? We're gonna go here. We're gonna pull up 180. Okay. 729 is right here. Right. This is the pattern, and we're gonna go back now and look at this pattern. Tell me these aren't similar, and look how big this pattern moved, and look how it moved this this day. It's very similar, right? So my algo lets you see a little bit better, but that's in the future. If you guys are able to do good, then maybe we can look into how we can get you the algo and all of that. That's gonna be in the future, but for right now, you guys should be just using this and just basically looking at the patterns like I'm showing you guys, right? And it's not rocket science. Look at this, exactly the same thing, man. And this was it the same as, where is that day? I forgot. No. Okay, where is it? Come on. See, I just want to prove to you guys that this is not crazy talk like this. Nobody trades like this because they don't know. They haven't spent thousands of hours looking at charts, right? Anybody that tells you that they made money in the stock market without putting in millions of hours, they're crazy. All right, look at this right here. 2 different days, 723, 719. 99, right? So this is 99. This is 723. Very similar patterns, right? Big candle up, wick, right? Weak, dumps, right? This one basically kind of got up a little bit, but then went down. But look where they both ended up, right? Low of day. Something like that. So you're just going to keep it. I don't want to make this video too long, but, right, so something like this. Even this pattern happens a lot, too, because all it is this right here. I'll show you. This. I don't know. Okay, so let's do it this way. Actually, yeah, right here. Right here. This is what it is. This is what it is, right? Right here. Look at this small little break, though. This gave you some points, too, but then it started reversing. So you're going to cut your losses and think about the other side, right? You can't ever be addicted to a trade enough to just stay in it for let it move literally 2-3 points away from you, right? And also, I just gave you actually a couple examples. I won't make this video too long, but this is literally what I'm talking about. Look at this move, look at this move right here. This is on 716. 716. Oh, dude, look at how crazy I am. Look at how crazy I am. I just literally landed on the same day. That's crazy. This is twice in the video. If you guys were watching, right, you guys are going to go back and see it. But look at this. 7-8. Exact same pattern, kind of. right? Like, I'm not crazy, right? Am I? Like, look at this. Like, of course, it can't be 100%. If you guys think it's gonna be 100%, just quit now. I'm telling you, I'm sorry, right? I don't want to lead you guys on because And look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I'll show you something again. Look at this pattern. This is just because look how I'm crazy I am, and I literally, on God, haven't even practiced this because I just wanted to show you guys just basically this, and I could have sworn I've seen that pattern on Netflix somewhere here. I mean, kind of, yeah. Look, right, like kind of like that. Look, right. This is this week. That's why I remember it. Let's go back and see because Netflix actually has like this pattern. You guys should remember this pattern, right? Forms a wedge in the beginning, like in the first like half an hour to an hour, and then it just kind of breaks in and then it just rips. Oh, right here too. Look, it's 2 candles, right? Very early, but it does it again. Oh, 30 days. Let's see if we can find one that's really close to it. Ah, there we go. Right? Look at this. A little bit different, but look. Tell me you guys can't spot the difference. Yes, it's not the same tick to tick, but you got to see this. You got to take the opportunity, right? You're going to form this wedge and you see this candle close. You should be looking at it, right? Okay, I should draw a trend line here. If it breaks down, I'm going to go short. If it goes up, I'm going to go long. Now, guess what? It's in the first half an hour. So guess what? I'm going to hold this for a little bit, right? So that's how you guys should be looking at it. So I got a little bit too excited because this is my passion, right? So I get excited when I share stuff like this with you guys. But you guys should just watch this, and that's it. But I'm gonna end the video here, and then we're done, right? So I'm gonna have to go, but you guys should be basically looking at this every day. That's it. So have a nice day, guys.